Welcome back, all of you beautiful people watching the CIS Grand Finals Best of 5. Game number 1, a little bit interesting. Empire looked like they had that game for a long time, and then NaVi said, nah, we're going to push your buildings.
They blew away like 15k gold advantage at one point, but they had NaVi is back. It's a great comeback from them. Previous game feels like the classic Medusa kind of a strategy where you have the Medusa that you can't kill, you can't go on her, and you just lose the game at one point when she gets too fat. Same goes for this DK Underlord plus Gyro.
Yeah.
When they grouped up, there's nothing Empire could do about it.
There really wasn't. I mean, the Queen of Pain, she went for a pretty defensive build, right? Lincolns, Shivers, BKB. There was no Orchid, no Hex. No, like, Mjolnir or AC or anything like that. But it felt like Empire itemized to try and finish the game when they had that lead. And then there was that one fight top which swung everything for NaVi. Then they started pushing. They got a couple of Roshans. And Empire lost track of where they were meant to be heading.
They had their momentum, but they blew the lead. Shadow Shaman got caught a couple of times. Weaver as well, losing that precious Aegis. It gave NaVi enough time to farm the items they needed. BKB on Dragon Knight, Underlord with all of his tanky items, Gyro with the Butterfly. They had nothing to counter it with besides the Bloodthorn, but it was already gone with the Refresher Shard, double BKB, 13 seconds. Just too much to handle.
A much different draft, though, this time around, right? Night Stalker comes in, Wyvern is back. Clockwork picked up by Empire immediately. Could be that 4 role, roaming around with the Wyvern. We're seeing a lot of the supports being picked up in the first phase again in these drafts as the patch kind of tapers out. But Queen of Pain banned out by Empire. NaVi get rid of the Shadow Fiend, that clock SF. You always have that in the back of your head with those free souls.
Yeah, plus FN plays Shadow Fiend really well. Night Stalker and Shadow Shaman, that's a really good opening, good laning stage. Night Stalker kind of counters Clockwork because he can fly over the cogs. Shadow Shaman can't do anything if he gets hooked. Winter Wyvern, one of my favorite heroes to watch. It still could be position 3 Winter Wyvern if needed, but I think the best one is the classic position 5. The strongest part of the hero is once you get to level 10, 90 gold per minute. You can scale into, well, late game with no problem.
You can buy a Glimmer Cape.
You can buy whatever you want with 90 gold per minute.
Luna for Empire feels relatively early here. What's a good reason for picking Luna at this stage?
It's just a good hero overall. Strong laner, can go aggressive tri-lane if you want to. Luna is the same type of hero like a Gyro. Active early on, through the mid game, and one of the better late game carries.
Like a mix of magic and physical, you can clear stacks. She's very good at pushing high ground if she's got the right team with her. Once you take those tier 3s, those glaives start falling. Batrider, though, very good against those kind of heroes you were mentioning, the Gyro, the Luna, being able to jump them, drag them away from their team, and kind of isolate them while you nuke them down. But also good against the Winter Wyvern. Magic damage up against Cold Embrace.
The reasons why they pick the Batrider is he also does not care about the Clockwork.
Oh yeah.
And he pressures the enemy safe lane a lot, maybe not Luna, but once the first night comes, they should be careful, because with the double slow they have so much kill potential. Tidehunter support's already picked up by NaVi, Shadow Shaman and the Night Stalker. Shadow Shaman counters Tidehunter to one extent because you can't get out of the Hex anymore. One of my favorite supports against the Tidehunter is the Witch Doctor, which I like to mention. He can't get rid of the Maledict. Really good laner against him.
Now
this is where you sneak in these kinds of. Maybe they want to go. They already also picked up a Batrider.
Well, the return of Medusa. So NaVi looking to match the Luna with that Dusa. Pretty good up against the Tide as well, being able to kind of reset the fight during the Ravage, potentially with a good Stone Gaze. Empire definitely ramping up for this huge, team fight, wombo combo, 3 huge ultimates for the Radiant side between Ravage, Eclipse, and Winter's Curse. While NaVi, not as reliant on their ultis, it feels like, much more poke and prod between their supports and their cores. Batrider's Lasso, of course, maybe something they rely on a little bit.
Even when Lasso is down, they can still take a fight. They're not ulti dependent, unlike Team Empire.
5 seconds remaining.
Are they more item dependent with Medusa and Bat? You need the blink timing, you need to get drums up. Medusa, of course, just needs to keep pumping out item after item with farming. Is there a timing Empire can hit before the Medusa's too strong right now, or do they need something for that mid lane that can really set that tempo as a fast-paced game?
I don't think they're in a rush, to be honest. It's not like you're playing against free farm anti-mage. Kind of a same concept, but they have a good counters. Maybe they should get something with Mana Burn, maybe the Fusel Blade. Yeah, Phantom Lancer. That's what I wanted to say. Oh, so it's a safe lane Medusa, I suppose. Dead Prophet on a mid lane. Dead Prophet, one of the heroes that she does not care about movement from the enemy position 4 hero because of the Spirit Siphon. She does well. I mean, you can still switch her around if you feel like it to a safe lane, which we see OG did that as well.
Yeah, the no-tail safe lane DP was relatively interesting. We'll find out what they do in a little bit, though, as Empire, 3 seconds for their final pick. FN's hero, what's it going to be? The DK for them this time. So no mana burn, but just lots and lots of timings to hit. Lots of ultis to rely on. Empire, very strong when they have them up. But NaVi, pretty squishy in the early game across their cores. Could definitely find themselves in trouble if they don't have the correct responses between Night Stalker rotating and TPing. His first Night you mentioned with the Batrider, very important.
I don't think their cores are squishy at all. Dead Prophet is so hard to take down. Also, Medusa with the shield. Well, what is that Batrider set, though?
The new one, the Owl.
Winter is coming.
It sure is. So pretty.
When you were younger, Gary, did you expect you're gonna get a letter from a Hogwarts?
Expect. I didn't expect it, but I wanted it. I dreamt about it. Did you?
Not really.
No?
No. I stopped believing in Santa pretty early, at like 16, 17.
Yeah, same here. Oh, dearie me.
Alright, let's watch some good CIS Dota. This is the best we can get in the qualifiers, though. No VP.
And we're not doing NA.
Also the strongest region, some might consider. By some, I mean 90%.
Absolutely.
So it's gonna be a DP mid. As I said, Clockwork, he can harass DP early on, but kind of hard to kill. They have 2 melee heroes against the DP, so it's just gonna be trading hits.
Trading farm. Keeping that lane where they want it. It feels like both teams here really do rely on that jungle, but it's been a while since we've seen too many people go for that kind of active contesting. We've seen a couple of ancient camps being stolen here and there, but a lot of the time, you think maybe back 5-6 patches ago, there'd be smoke ganks to go and steal Sven stacks, right? Where you'd go in with 3 or 4 heroes and actively hunt stacks to take them away from your opponents.
Yeah, well,
but it seems dangerous in this patch, because if you get caught, you just start slipping away.
Stacking is back in the game because of the heroes that are super popular right now. Medusa, Gyro, Luna, Sven from time to time. A lot of drawings on the map.
The smiley face, there's a love heart. I don't know what that says, but Some very artistic people. Who is that? That's Dendi.
Dondo
look
is
at that.
a hidden Picasso.
He's got very big ears. He's drawing very, very big ears. What is this? That's a hat?
I'm not sure if it's a hat or a D on the head.
I'm not sure either. I don't know what he was going for there, but the Night Stalker, Roger, not as good as Dendi in the drawing department, but we'll see what he can do in the roaming department as he gives their good luck.
Yeah, I love the build on Luna. She went for Windlace and everything she needs to buy on the side for Magic Wand against that Batrider, so she has more mobility against the movement speed, reducing from the Batrider, so they have a good kill potential, and she can run away if needed. This Batrider looks so cool. He looks like he's from a boy band from the 90s.
Look at those goggles.
Or from a Voyager. What's that guy called? I
It's
didn't
not
wa-
Data, is it?
No.
No, God.
I don't know. I didn't watch it. I just recognized the face.
Damn, I can't remember. Well, there's the X-Men as well, right? I can't freaking remember his name as well. My memory's gone awful. You're going to have to Google it or something later. So, Bat starts off, sticking A-bomb, run at the Luna. Just secure up some of these bounty runes as Luna and Wyvern unable to contest, really, just lurking around this shrine area. As Night Stalker is also across to the west, but it looks like it's going to be the 2 for 2. I like how the DK is called 12 and the Batrider is tagged up as 11. What's with the numbers here? It's random stuff happening.
Young 11 or 11 from Stranger Things.
Oh, yeah. But then the 12 is just, who knows?
Well, it's December, 12th month.
That's good reasoning. Oh, Night Stalker.
Night Stalker, you're dead, man.
God, he's in so much trouble. He tries the jukes, but this battery assault's too much. Even with the brown boots up, he's going to get taken down. He went for this sneaky play where he hid in the trees, comes down to drag the wave across to help his Batrider.
Till I collapse goes down. Till I collapse, I'm spilling these raps long as you fill him.
Big.
The day that I drop, you'll never say that I'm not killing him. Enough.
No, keep going. You don't want to...
I'll save that one for later.
Okay.
Let's focus on the game. Gary, be serious.
You don't want to
for
burn
a
all your
moment.
bars too early on. You want to hold them
I
for
don't want to
later.
get another job.
Sure enough, sure enough. Still, this double wave is going to push into Bat. He's going to get some experience, but First Blood going the way of the Radiant, definitely helping out their efforts as mid lane. DK getting a bit of a punishing here. Soneko makes that rotation in, giving a bit of aid to Dendi as the DP already off to a great start. 6-0 on this Death Prophet. Dragon Knight should be able to even things out. There's Breathe Fire, as his lovely little Quelling Blade right-click attacks as well. But top lane, Crystallize in a 1v1 so far against the Tidehunter.
Well, why Tide is popular right now is because, of course, the Ravage, what he provides, but the other thing is supports start at mid, usually, so he gets these early levels that he needs, and they can't pressure him that much. You want to zone out Tide as early as possible, so that he does not get any levels. Now he's almost level 3 with level 2 Kraken Shell. Rasta can't really kill him, and they need a night time as well.
It's super hard. Luna and Wyvern trying to pressure the Bat as much as they can under that tier 1 as that double wave hits in, but it's going to give Bat a ton of levels. He'll get himself up to 3 as well in a short amount of time. Where on earth are you going, Soneko? Going all the way around through this Ancients area, hiding up on the high ground. 2.5 minutes in, the
He
courier.
wants to snipe the chicken. Yeah.
It's coming. That's the Soul Ring for DK on the chicken as well. So Dendi is called out that, like, hey, he's got Ring of Regen. He'll have the Soul Ring recipe
but he's
coming.
so slow. I don't know if he has
Shaman. Oh, it's going to be, what, 2 hits here? 1. Well, it's 1 hit.
Shadow Shaman with the 77 base damage. Chicken has 75 HP.
1 hit kill. See ya, buddy. So now DK, no Soul Ring, no extra Breathe Fires in that mid lane, and the Shadow Shaman's going to come and try and force him away from lane as well. So DP gonna have a decent time, and immediately the reaction here from the Radiant is send Clockwork and Wyvern both into this middle lane. Clockwork looking for the jump on to someone. Shadow Shaman is slow, but Gets himself far enough down the river.
That's gonna cripple DK so much.
Yeah, Dendy just laying it on here. Double nulls here. He's got Spirit Siphon level 2, just trying to harass back the Dragon Knight even more than he has been already. As the phase boot's nearly complete for Crystallize, needs that right-click damage to deal with the Tide's level 2 Kraken Shell. But he's just so tanky.
Yeah, they can't kill him. They need the Night Stalker if they plan to kill him. He's gonna be level 5 when the first night comes.
Like Seneko here is close to dying just from that Tide. Anchor Smash and a couple of punches. Bottom lane, Bat now, level 3.5, getting gone on by this Arctic Burn. Pops the Firefly to try and run away, but Lucent Beam and the right-click attack from Luna look good until in comes Night Stalker. Great TP from the Wyvern gets him to safety.
Yeah, Batrider with a bottle build. You can pick it up on the Secret Shop, and then you get the runes. 4 stacks on this Luna. He's gonna actually get the kill.
Early point in Flame Break, paying off there for General.
Oh, also Arcane Rune. He's gonna pick up... Oh, he's not gonna give it to him. He's gonna give him the Arcane Rune.
Dendy with no bottle, like we were talking about, right? The mid laners going for bottle less and less, more the Magic Wand Raindrops builds, while off laners, Batrider picks it up from the shop, gets the bounty runes because the double spawns nearby as they get in onto mid. The Bat's rotation. Winter Wyvern tries to fly away, but this is not a place you want to dive as NaVi. Batrider, Battery Assault in trouble for him, but the Firefly turning the damage back around onto Clock until the cogs send them packing. But it's 2 heroes here that have forced 3 heroes out of lane, and Batrider does still get the kill on the Clockwork with that Flame Break and 4 stacks of Napalm.
No one wants to save well played to him, so he just saved himself. He has another Firefly if he wants to go. That's a dead Winter Wyvern.
Is that a double kill for General? Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. He has been slowed down a little bit. The tick damage not going to be there. He does regret his decision. Maybe in trouble as well. Bat trying to juke away from Clockwork. Nice play from Clock, trying to decide which way is what. But General has found a little avenue of escape now.
He has the Tranquil Boots, he's speedy.
Trying to hide inside the creeps. Tank up as much of this Battery Assault damage as he can, but Dragon Knight will arrive. Soul Rings here, and he'll take down the Bat with a click from Clockwork. Doesn't even bother breathing the fire from the DK.
Luna kind of suffers in farm. 22 CS, now still 2 minutes left on the night time. They can pressure. Batrider is high level 4, with the Night Stalker being level 3.
Oh, but Seneko, you found yourself in a really dangerous spot. Gets taken down. Bat and Night Stalker both having to just fall away a little bit, peel off this little area as Bat tries to take a stack. Not sure this is wise from the Clockwork. Does get the Lucent Beam into cogs. Damage from the Luna, not quite enough. The bottle charges are there for the Batrider, but the final Lucent Beam does swing out. Just enough damage to take him down. In the meantime, though, what are we looking at top lane? Soul Ring, Phase Boots for Tide, the kind of fatter build that he's made a little more popular recently. But Medusa is still pretty much queen of this game. 38 and 16 on Crystallize.
Yeah, even with the recent nerf changes to Mask of Madness, it's still a viable, one of the best items you can get on your safe laners, because all of these heroes, Medusa, Gyro, name one more, Luna, they can disassemble it and they all make butterflies and satanics if the game drags.
That they can. Gloves for the Luna. Back into the jungle. The wave is pushed too far up here, it seems, as Tide is taking a bit of a punishing from Mystic Snake now. It's up to level 4. Much harder to just stay in lane and stick inside that creep wave, but he's got the help of Clockwork here. What they don't know is that Night Stalker and Shadow Shaman both coming in from this bounty rune area. Tower has the creep wave in front of it, and look at this. 3 heroes converging on the Clockwork. The Observer Ward gives them all the vision they need. Now the Ravage, though, coming down onto 3. Night Stalker getting beaten down by the Dragon Knight, who makes the TP rotation in, but you look at this. The Void and now the Urn from Night Stalker onto Clockwork. Is he going to tick down from this? It looks like he'll get the TP back home.
Tango.
And Tranquils as well. We're coming back up off cooldown. Wyvern, nice little steal on the bounty rune there. 10 seconds cooldown on Arctic Burn, though, goes for a TP. The Crypt Swarm was coming off cooldown very quickly, but unable to get that kill on Wyvern. Batrider, bottle into drums. Luna, what's she like on net worth? 3,000, a good 500 to 700 behind the counterparts on the enemy team. Have they built any stacks up here for the Luna? It doesn't look like they have, so in the next, what, 3-4 minutes? Oh, there's one little stack over there. But
yeah, that's for Tidehunter.
Honor me.
wait.
Solo killed by Batrider. No surprise. Luna does not have... I mean, she's one speedy animal, but can't get away. It's only one level of sticking up on. A lot of attention drawn to the to the bottom lane.
Yeah, I looked there and the Luna was running away and I thought, nah, not going to happen. Played a little aggressively, trying to get some damage onto the bat, it seems. She also had some teammates coming in, so maybe setting up for a play onto Batrider, but General so strong. And now, yeah, taking all these stacks out. That's drums complete, and Blink Dagger's coming up pretty soon as well, straight after. This is a great game for the Batrider so far.
General is having fun. General sometimes either hit or miss. Either he plays out of his mind, wins the game alone, or just
non-factor.
Yeah, non-factor sometimes.
Yeah, definitely feels that way. He's a great carry from the offlane. Dendi having a decent game himself. DP, double null.
It's a wraparound on a Batrider. He has a Firefly ready.
Clockwork on the high ground. Oh, hello. In comes the Eclipse. Can he get into the fog? Not quite. So Batrider does take a tumble there as the darkness kicks in with the Eclipse. Night Stalker hasted middle with one urn charge, but DK very tanky. Bracer can switch to strength threads up to like 1500 HP. As he goes in on the Night Stalker here, just a bit of chip damage to force him away. Bottom lane, Dendi down to half HP from the Lucent Beam and Arctic Burn. It definitely just feels like this Medusa top lane farming away 5,000 net worth is something that Empire have to come back and deal with and address, you know, go and gank the Medusa, but is it even possible? Can you do it here with Ravage now?
I mean, it's only level 1 mana shield, plus he has a point in a Stone Gaze with the Clockwork hookshot. He's only level 4. 5.5 with a Tome. Ravage, I'm not sure it's gonna be enough.
Well, they'll give it a good try.
I mean, if they catch her in Battery Assault and Cog, she's gonna die.
Okay.
But they're gonna need to pop the Ravage first.
They've got level 2 Gush as well to try and start things off, but Clock and Wyvern both very close to 6. Here at 11 minutes in, they scan the Dire into that jungle area, looking for the Luna, the DK, whoever's hiding back there. Medusa, Crystallize, walking high. Oh, she's going to walk straight into the Cogs. Here's the Clockwork with a Battery Assault and Cogs. Crystallize has 16 one charges, pops the Stone Gaze, one to go as well if she needs it. The Medusa, slowly but surely, getting away from this initiation. They didn't get in range with a Ravage, thanks to that one value point, it feels like, in Stone Gaze, since we don't really see Medusas go it before like level 11 or 12, but it pays off massively there.
It pays off. Just having that one extra escape mechanism, if they go for you, can change the things around. So she didn't die, she will farm. Meanwhile, on the bottom lane, they managed to take down Luna. This Luna is kind of in a bad spot, still no Masked Madness on her.
Arcane Rune again bottom. General, you lucky little man. Dendi, did he finish off the Yules?
No, he's going for...
he's got the Yules on the Courier, and then he's going Veil as well, but he's caught by the Clockwork here. The first hookshot of the game. Not quite enough just yet, but with the help of Tidehunter, in comes Grostic, and Dendi will fall. Yules was on its way out, but he just pushed that one wave extra, maybe not expecting that hookshot to be coming his way.
We saw one Ravage so far on the top lane. It was not very effective. NaVi have one big ulti in terms of DP, where you want to team fight, maybe Rasta as well.
It feels like they can kind of cycle the ultis though, like you know, Serpent Wards for a tier 1, then Exorcism for a tier 2, or tier 2, then tier 3, if you want to look at it that way.
I mean, even if the Serpent Wards are in cooldown, they can still take a fight easily.
Looks like Empire trying to defend this mid lane. Good Winter's Curse brings down Suneko, but Roger wants to battle. Deny on the tower from the Luna as Night Stalker up onto the high ground, flying and flapping his wings. In comes the Tide and Clockwork, crystallizing all sorts of problems trapped in the cogs, and this Anchor Smash will aid them to victory as the Tide does still hold the Ravage. Batrider's coming through. Ravage is there, holding the 2 back away, but I don't know if Empire can chase on forward unless the... Oh! Really?
Whoa!
In come the Ancients to help them get another kill.
Desecrated. Literally.
Oh, that's really unfortunate. So now Luna has the Mask of Madness. Ancient Prowler Shaman, you bastard.
Now it's a good time for NaVi if they want to take a fight. No Ravage. They have DP ulti up.
Time to go and run at them. Backstab from Roger. I think he got spotted by the creeps. He did indeed. They ping him out. The 2-man silence, but no real follow-through as this Arctic Burn might be enough to send the Night Stalker to his grave. No follow-through though. Empire playing patiently. Not overcommitting. Like you said, there's no Ravage. No need for them to go in too deep. They can come back, farm some jungle camps. Unfortunately, you know, still no stacks for the Luna with that Mask of Madness to clear.
Batrider needs to get his Blink Dagger up before they actually take another fight. Also DP should get to level 12 for the double spirits, 16 instead of 8.
Feels like that's what they need, is a big DP ulti. Not really seen too much from Dendi in these team fights. 0, 1 and 2 on the Death Prophet. Empire do lead by a little bit in net worth as they try and catch the bat, but not launching a hook shot just yet. Lost the vision. They want to give up for now.
The Tidehunter is just too fast with the phase boots and drums build.
Phase drums, cloak.
Yeah, plus Fionn has 25 movement speed talent.
Oh yeah. That's going to allow him to catch up to Batrider here. What's he on now? 395, and then with phase boots, what's he?
450.
489.
490.
Jeez. Speedy little devil. Batrider does slip away 150
well,
from
that was
the blink.
Quick math for me. 450, 450, yeah. But not correct, but still fast.
Yeah. Speed is good. Accuracy, who cares? So Luna's found a way back into this game. Couple of fights. Bit of farming here and there. Dire do scan top. And Dendi not getting involved still. He has hit level 12, so that ulti that you wanted has arrived. The 5-man push, though, coming out from Empire seems incredibly strong with a Ravage.
Dendi wanted that level 2 ulti more than me, to be honest.
Yeah. He's just been farming away. No defense of the tier 2. Bat has the blink, so the pieces of the puzzle being put together here by NaVi. It feels like they've got some tools that they can use, but it still feels like they need maybe a little more on this Medusa to be able to go into a fight against Ravage, against DK ulti. And you see now this Clockwork has a full blade mail completed. A guy that was, what, level 4.5 at 11 minutes. 17 minutes in now, he's closing in level 9, but the blade mail urn up against DP Bat going to be incredibly potent as into Roshan they go. First Aegis of the game. Likely to go to the Luna here. NaVi, nighttime has arrived thanks to the darkness from Roger. Maybe looking to scout out this Roshan attempt.
Even if it's nighttime, Empire still has good night vision from Winter Wyvern and Luna.
Oh, this is close. Blink in, the Ravage is there. Tide will catch the Bat and the Night Stalker. The Aegis taken by the Luna very quick. As Empire retreat with the drums, speeding away. And NaVi unable to really do anything about this. Good attempt, though, with the Bat and the Night Stalker. Maybe if they held back just a little bit, used the Night Stalker to scout and then the Batrider to go in, they could have done something a little more, but it was one of those last-second efforts where you just need to go in.
Winter Wyvern is getting close to his level 10, which is going to help him a lot. 90 gold per minute. He wants some solo XP on the lane.
They do catch the Luna top though. Aegis popped. Have they got the lasso still? They do with a Blink Dagger as well. They'll not jump in with a bat just yet as the DK sprints forward. Exorcism is out from Dendi, and there's no Ravage, remember. That was used in the Roshan pit, so they chase on forward. Stone Gaze is there, and now the lasso with the damage from Dendi. They clear up the DK. In comes the Eclipse. It looks like it's a lot of damage, but Dendi had to Yule Scepter up into the air. Now they're getting the Medusa online. A 4-hero absolute stomp of this fight as NaVi look for the 5th. A triple for Dendi. He's dying to tower, but they tank it up with a Shadow Shaman. Well played, as NaVi come out in this fight looking like they were at a severe deficit. But when Ravage is down, they strike.
Yeah, that's the problem with this kind of lineups. Winter Wyvern didn't use ulti, they focused him down, so he couldn't do anything. The big ulti cooldowns, once they're on cooldown, NaVi just had a good window there.
They've got Serpent Wards in 5 seconds. They're probably not going to be able to take those. There's Glyph on this tower.
They're just going to deal a lot of damage to that tower. 11 seconds till Luna.
I leave the Serpent Ward to get a bit more damage in.
Doesn't matter, it's going to be 800 damage to a tower.
Oh, baby. Look at that. Great, great fight. And, of course, the location of the fight as well, you know? Up in this area, close to the base. Well timed by NaVi. Medusa, now with the full pike done, has that mobility tool. Adds into the split push game from Crystallize, aiming for the butterfly next, while Luna still looking for that BKB.
Yeah, even Dendi has 4 staffs, so 2 Force Staffs against Clockwork. Shadow Shaman will finish his one. Bat Rider also getting one, so it's gonna be 4 Force Staffs, or we can just call them Force Staff.
Force Staff? Yeah. I'll let you have that one. You can do that if you want.
Night Stalker has Hand of Midas, so he will scale well into the late game.
Is there anything specific you want from him? You know, Axe
Spirit
kind of...
Vessel.
Yeah, finish up the Spirit Vessel.
Negate all the heal from Luna's Mask of Madness, also really one of the best items against Dragon Knight. Also against Winter Wyvern's Cold Embrace.
Tide wants to Ravage so badly here. Gosh, onto Crystallize. He's speedy, like you were saying, with those phase boots. Mask of Madness used, and Hurricane Pike up again in 5. So Medusa does get away from this aggressive push forward from Team Empire.
You have nothing.
What are we looking at for NaVi? Are they going to defend this tier 1? It's just a tier 1 tower. Do they have a smoke on them maybe to go for some kind of play? Moving around behind. They do on the Shadow Shaman, but looks like they're going to give up this tower. Too many entrances, too many avenues of attack, and they've got no vision down in this area really. Just farm up some camps as Wyvern does push forward. They're still scared of Ravage. Hook shot. All available. The lines were drawn to try and split push out some of these lanes. As a Glyph saves the creeps middle from that rocket flare. Tide just runs forward, gets hexed up. The damage coming out little by little from Crystallize into that Tide Hunter as Bat Rider is still fireflying, aiming for a Blink Lasso, but Empire have the Dragon form ready. Eclipse on the go. And Pipe is here for the Tide. This could be a big game changer as they blink in. DK just got that item, and Crystallize going to have to back up. Hurricane Pike immediately, but they've got the hook shot in onto DP. Good Force Staff again from Dendi. Dragon Tail ready with a blink to go. They'll
no mana on
catch
Tide.
Seneko, right? Yeah. So the 2 supports dying. Should lead to a tier 2 down at bottom. Crystallize firing out the Mystic Snake to try and slow it down a little bit. Yules and Hurricane will get him away from danger, but you look at this top lane. The tier 3 with no Glyph is going to take even more damage. The catapult has arrived and Luna has to come back to defend this. If NaVi can catch anyone while they're TPing out, maybe they can make a fight happen. But Bat Rider's cutting wave bottom. General now stuck in between 4 Radiant heroes. Dragon Knight, they see the bat. They've got the blink stun. Don't need the blink just yet. In with the Dragon Tail they go, and General falls.
I don't know what the Night Stalker was doing there before the fight started. Like, he was so deep. Ooh, one way to make a fight for NaVi, the best way would be to lasso the Winter Wyvern, hex the Tidehunter if possible. But if Tidehunter goes super deep in, they can also hex him and maybe take him down quickly. This is just chain feed by NaVi.
Ah, one by one, they're looking for this Luna. It's just the two supports. Tidehunter TP's up there.
They don't have any vision on this side of the map. They actually have, never mind. They have deep wards, these two on the side of Empire, so they can see the movement for the split push and where they're gonna defend the towers. But Empire is the one who's being aggressive, so not really worth it. Roche may respawn in a minute and a half.
Empire just running down lanes. Tower by tower. BKB for Luna, there it is. Comes out. Nice timing as the DD Dragon Knight unable to capitalize on the catch from Clockwork. Still looking for the Night Stalker? No. Picks up the bounty rune.
The Medusa has full butterfly and is getting close to level 20 with 800 mana pool extra. That's gonna change things a lot.
Yeah, there is the butterfly. Skadi next. Spirit Vessel here for the Night Stalker. Ways to deal with, you know, like you were saying, the DK. Even the Tide, to some extent. You know, the pipe regen is pretty good. Very tanky hero in general. Dendi feels like he's died maybe once too many. That one death bottom has triggered a response. The BKB being queued up as the big man returns. 35 seconds is the fastest spawn. Will be pretty good for Empire if he's up and running now. They are all in that area. I think the top dire ward expired just a little while ago.
Oh, look at Luna, what she has.
Aghanim's queued up.
Aghanim's queued up. The Death Star.
Huh? Could be big. Could be big.
It's really good with the Clockwork. He goes in with a Blade Mail on. You just pop it on him. Oh, this is really bad. Winter Wyvern ulti. Yule Scepter is ready. They have no vision.
Oh, they can't catch. Now the Tide. Right click down. Spirit Siphon's here from Dendi, just trying to slow them down a touch, but Winter Wyvern should have died by all means. Just no reveal for that Glimmer Cape. And Batrider a little bit too far away. Doesn't really want to jump the Wyvern with the Blink Lasso either. They know where the bat is. As NaVi, 1 minute 10 seconds for Roshan. This could be important for them if they take this tier 2 and get some good wards down, you know, replenish the ones watching out for the smoke ganks from Empire.
What I feel about these qualifiers and in Dota in general in the past couple of months, it feels like one team goes, tries to siege the tier 3s, then the another team comes and then they siege.
He blinked away from the projectile. He dodged the stun. The DK doesn't get anything done, and now the BKB from Luna wasted completely. He's not doing anything. The Ravage finally arrives in onto 4, but the DPX system flowing out now. The DPS is coming. Crystallize dropping low. There's the Medusa right-clicking back, and Empire that lost 3. It looks like it's going to be game here as Dendi on an ultra kill streak keeps on ripping apart heroes one by one.
This Medusa tanked so much damage. They didn't manage to take her down. Also, there was no Winter Wyvern ulti. DP with level 2 ulti before the fight. She just checked the Roche. It's not spawning. 10 seconds, sadly. So they're gonna take one side. Probably. What's the buyback status? Only Tidehunter has a buyback.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Dendi, there's the big Winter's Curse. Night Stalker caught and killed. Wyvern has to fall back though as tier 3 top getting taken. Exorcism gone. Bit of damage onto the melee racks.
They won't be able to kill the Raxes.
This is looking dodgy. Dendi 4 staffs away. Crystallize still sticking around. He wants the melee racks so badly, but he's got to get out. Chase onto Seneko. That should be a dead Shadow Shaman or not. The force into TP. He's away. TP in from Luna. NaVi extract safely. Yeah, there was also the DK blinked onto the Batrider. But Bat blinked away from the stun. It was sick.
General Dota 2. They need to go to the Roche right now. There's still a minute before Ravage and 30 seconds for the next Winter Wyvern ulti. Oh, Arcane. Green rune on the bottom.
How long to wait? 50 for Ravage, 30 for Eclipse. Darkness has arrived. Dire scanning on top of themselves. Make sure there's no one lurking around. And now you've got Blink and Force on Batrider. This could be the end of Luna. Like we saw in that previous fight, even just Stone Gaze defeats Luna through the BKB. If you get a Blink Lasso before she gets anything else done, she's going to die as well.
They have a gem for that Glimmer Cape on Winter Wyvern as well.
Who's holding on to it? Bat. The battle over Roshan. The dodgy dance around the pit begins. Both teams posturing across the river from each other. It's like North and South Korea here, the demilitarized zone in the middle. Just need some fences across here with some barbed wire. Need some, gun turrets up here aiming across the river. Smoke does pop, and I think Empire know the NaVi are lurking around behind the Roshan pit, but the full sweep through the shrine, the backstab, may be unexpected here. Empire not in a position to defeat this as DK blinks into the middle of all of them. Oh, this is a disaster. Gets forced out away a little bit by the clockwork. In comes the Ravage from Tide, the Blink Lasso. Now Winter's cursed up. The Batrider getting taken down by his own teammate. Crystallize brings him to his knees. The Glimmer Cape does come through. The gem somewhere on the floor, and sentries being placed down. Empire still falling like flies, though, being right-clicked by Crystallize. TP's out one by one as the shrine popped, and Winter Wyvern will be the one hero from Empire to fall. They were all so incredibly low, though. Forced to get back to Fountain. Somehow the DK escaped. I'm not sure what happened there.
Everyone so low, only 2 casualties. NaVi should regroup. Do they have a shrine ready? Yes, they do. If they want to pop it, regen some mana. Nightstalker actually got that gem. So no Ravage, no Winter Wyvern ulti. Still Eclipse is up.
They don't have Exorcism, though, unfortunately. And melee racks up at top. Healing back up to full as Empire move into the Roshan pit. NaVi, TPing to Shrine, getting ready to fight. Crystallize moves forward. Rogers Nightstalker passes the gem back to General, and Roshan has been given up here for the meantime.
If they can just stall it from Empire's perspective, Winter's Curse will be up. Tide Hunter, 70 seconds is pretty long.
Can they touch this Medusa? Burn through a little bit of her mana there with a couple of spells, but in comes the Blink Lasso. General gets the DK. He pops his BKB, but the right-click damage from Crystallize looking pretty damn good in the back end. Winter Wyvern's being focused by the Nightstalker, forcing him away, but now the DK stuns in with a hookshot as well. They focus down the Nightstalker with everything they've got. Stone Gaze won't do a hell of a lot as Dendi still struggling to find a target to go on. Again, Empire. Multiple heroes that are low, but NaVi struggling to kill one.
Shadow Shaman's mistake there. He had Force Staff ready. He did not want to use it. If he just used it and hexed the DK, they could have gotten him.
Oh, before the BKB, you're right.
That's Scotty on Medusa. She's still not close to getting that level 25 talent, the modifiers. Luna has Aghanim Scepter in 15 gold. That's a game changer.
Put it on Clock, on DK. One of these heroes that can jump in and is hard to kill or very sticky.
Dire are scanning.
Bat just going to scout out the Roshan again, make sure the Empire are not sneaking anything under their noses.
Well, that Scotty counters DK really badly. Luna as well. And Scotty counters pretty much any carry hero in terms of not being able to move. Plus the extra slow from Stone Gaze, and pretty much everyone has slow inside of the NaVi.
Especially when you add in the kind of, the range factor, right? Medusa's already outranging them, but with Hurricane Pike as well, Luna and DK struggle to get away or get into fights when Medusa's launching out these split shot Skadi modified things. Nightstalker does get found. The Blink BKB with a Ravage as well. They catch NaVi off guard with the Eclipse coming through. They'll take down 2. Now Dendi has the BKB and run. They cannot fight here. They cannot fight here. The hookshot cancels it, and NaVi, they will actually lose out pretty heavily in this, moving forward, but getting taken down immediately with Roshan open. This could be Empire's time to strike.
They have a buyback on a DP if they want to commit. 30 seconds. I'm not sure they're going to.
It's already dead.
Yeah, it's pretty dead. That Eclipse with Aghanim Scepter, the amount of damage is just insane. He actually went on level 20 for plus 100 Lucent Beam damage.
Oh yeah. Roshan. Aegis Luna. Cheese Dragon Knight. General's Batrider, yeah. I was wondering where he was heading. Moved forward, but just laying down the Firefly to slow this push into mid lane.
Medusa has a BKB queued up. She kind of needs it against all this stun plus Eclipse damage as well. Everything they have is magical besides some right clicks from the Luna and DK. So, the third Roche, if it gets to that. The Refresher Shard, Winter Wyvern, Tidehunter, Luna with the Aghanim Scepter, DP.
There's lots, huh?
A lot of good heroes you can pick it up.
How strong do you think Empire feels with this Aegis Cheese? Are they the ones that are going to be pushing forward aggressively? Looking for, you know, tier 3s, looking to try and edge their way forward in this game? Because it looks like NaVi don't really mind too much. They're splitting the map, they're getting their jobs done regardless of what Empire has.
Yeah, I mean, the game is pretty even in terms of net worth. They want to farm buybacks, especially on Luna, before they try to go for tier 3 towers, but they need to split out the lanes first. Medusa almost level 25.
Come on, baby. Where is it? TP's back. Empire. Not going to go for any kind of push shenanigans onto the top tier 3. Double catapults are here, though. 35 minutes in, they're coming. Bottom lane, they found the catch onto Seneko. Easy Shadow Shaman kill. He was left high and dry by the rest of his team. But 3 minutes for the Aegis. If Na'Vi can wait this one out, weather the storm, they're in a pretty good spot. As DP's moving into a Scythe of Vice at the same time, I think the Tide, eyeing up the Death Prophet here, does jump forward. Force Staff already used, but they don't have the Clockwork really nearby to get a hook shot in. Luna wants to battle, sprinting forward, looking for Dendi. Not having any of this, gets back into his base.
Look at the Death Prophet level 20 talent to the left side. That has to be one of the shittiest talents ever. Like -2 seconds Crypt Swarm cooldown.
Yeah, compared to 500 health, right?
Like, I don't think anyone ever picked that unless they misclicked.
Probably. Here's the Blink Lasso, though. The counter to Luna takes the Aegis. Empire prepping themselves to fight the DD Dragon Knight. He's popped his ulti, jumps in. The BKBs come out from NaVi, though, and now they're in trouble. Team Empire, they've got to run, they've got to sprint. They're splitting up, trying to spread the targets across as much of the map as possible. But Luna, she's the one that's caught over on the northwestern side as a silence. The Night Stalker makes sure there's no Ravage. He couldn't save his mate. The Luna's killed off. Now the Winter's Curse comes in onto Dendi, but it only slows the advance. Tide still falls up towards the northern side of the map, and the Yule's in from Dendi catches out the Winter Wyvern. And this is what I was scared about. Even with Aegis Cheese, it still feels like NaVi has the upper hand with this draft.
Oh, he's sitting on a ward. Back and forth, baby. Back and forth all the time.
Bye-bye, Winter Wyvern. See you next year. Mid lane now, Medusa. Let me get up onto high ground. Silencing onto the Clockwork there. He pops his Blade Mail, but he's being just right-clicked through with a Skadi slow. DK in focus. No BKB for 15 seconds. His ultimate wears out. Does get a Glimmer Cape to save him, though, as the Serpent Ward's dropped. On top of this high ground mid, Crystallize running out of mana, but has a BKB in about 10 seconds. The Eclipse will come through, and Medusa being burnt down, but the double Force Staff gets her back to safety, barely 30 HP. The hook shot clears her up, and now NaVi, the back and forth continues. Empire come out with a couple of juicy kills. Another tier 3 did fall as the range rack's being pummeled.
What's with the Dota? It feels like it comes to that, who's gonna make more mistakes? Who can throw better?
Who's going to step over the line and, you know, give away a kill that turns into the domino effect that spirals out of control?
This previous fight feels like the fight that NaVi wiped them. Luna had the Aegis, they went on her, killed her 2 times, DP pops the ulti. After the synergy they have with Medusa's Stone Gaze, the bonus physical damage is 50% and DP ulti deals physical damage.
That's pretty nice, huh? Blink, Lasso, Winter's Curse onto Batrider though. Luna should be okay with the Blink Ravage as well. Team Empire, they're deep in the base. Here comes the Luna's BKB, but there's no ulti from her. Now Medusa launches out the Skadi shot, slowing them down, but the Stone Gaze won't hold them in place. A cold embrace, it buys time, but very, very barely. The inevitable was coming, and 2 heroes will drop here for Empire with no buyback on Luna for 90 seconds. The sentry comes out late, but this could be the end, as Luna has no buyback at all.
They're going all in. Dandy has enough gold to buy Hex. Needs 100 actually.
He's the only dire hero with buyback. But I guess if you're in this position where you're looking to just pretty much end the game, or is Night Stalker going to try and cancel TP?
Yeah. They don't need Night Stalker in this fight, so he's just gonna. Okay, Tide has 3 seconds cooldown on port.
Yeah, it looks like he's still going to get found by Night Stalker though. Mid lane Rax dropping very quickly. Exorcism is there. The Tide is just running back to base. He's going to have an Invis rune, and now he can come back home. No reveal on the Night Stalker. They swing down towards bottom lane though with the Serpent Wards. Top lane still open. That tier 3 was the first one to fall, but the Rax is still standing as they blink in with the Dragon Knight. Stun forward onto the DP as well. There's no Ravage or any ultis really for the Radiant team, and Death Prophet just turns around. Spirit Siphon back up to full HP. Don't mind if I do. Thank you very much. Batrider does get taken out in the middle of 4 Empire heroes, but the Rax, the damage has been done. 2 full lanes, it looks like, will be the damage dealt in the end, as NaVi might look to turn around. DK ulti popped here with a Stone Gaze now. Turn around. There we go. Winter's Curse. Night Stalker getting clicked, but the Force Staff back from Seneko keeps him alive a little bit longer, but it's the Eclipse that'll try and do the big damage. Crystallizes BKB. Holds the Medusa in place. Alive through it all. Be right back. Oh yeah, 60 seconds. See you in a bit. Dendi stuck around too long, but still has the buyback available. 2 lanes of Rax, is that enough?
If they can catch Medusa, she does not have a buyback. Do they have a Vision Clockwork? Hookshot ready? Scan missing out.
She has no TP scroll.
Winter Wyvern.
Keep on running.
Woo!
Running from my time.
2 sides lost from Team Empire. When's the Roche spawning? May respawn in 20 seconds.
I'm going to put the camera on the Roshan.
It's gonna spawn now, once Tidehunter gets in.
10, 9, 8, 7. What do you think? 1 minute, I think 1 minute 23
36 seconds.
You think 36?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm 1:23, you're 36. And our survey says 1:30. Oh yes, oh yes.
All right, you won, I'll give you credit for that.
Do I win a prize? There's a gem on the floor. I'll have the gem, it's fine. Oh, DK, Mjolnir, static charge up on him, the Batrider. Oh, jeez Louise, what's happening here? Caught and killed,
They know
no buyback.
He does not have a buyback, yeah.
Still Empire, scared about pushing high ground into this Dusa. She's going to have a Daedalus. If she can get the courier across to that secret shop, Crystallize will output a huge amount of damage.
Medusa has a full Daedalus. Ooh, if chicken doesn't die.
Opa.
There's a gem as well in the chicken.
There's lots of stuff.
They have a vision.
Oh yeah, so they do. They see it all. I mean, is Dendi going to finish his Hex as well? Because they don't have buyback, so they may as well just buy everything, right?
He does not have enough gold yet.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Quick math.
Yep, you are correct, as always, Mr. Lacoste. Smoke in from Empire. Can they find the jump? Oh, that smoke from NaVi, spotted by the observer ward potentially. In comes the DK, they get in onto the Deucer. No BKB just yet. The Winter's Curse will hold them back as the Courier dies. Now Shadow Shaman falling very low. He's got Serpent Walls to throw, though the Eclipse will finally come out. And Night Stalker being stunned. The mini stun can't move. They can't do anything, but it's the Medusa who will hold them in this game. And the Blink Lasso from Batrider finally coming through. It's NaVi that will get a double kill and clear Empire off the face of the freaking map. Luna doesn't stand a chance as she has to run away, and Tide blink in the second, but the ghosts, they hit him and he's dead to rights. Empire losing 4 heroes in quick succession. That Luna ulti looked really big, but the BKBs from NaVi just a little too much.
Only DK has a buyback. 70 seconds for 3 heroes. They can just go and end the game. Luna has no ulti for 100.
They had 2 buybacks a second ago, I'm sure of it. I think Tide bought something. Unless I'm going insane? Maybe I'm insane.
This is the last set of Raxes.
Mega creeps coming. Where's our creep
I mean,
wave?
backdoor protection, buyback protection, fuck.
Buyback protection. Old Necro Ags.
Buyback protection, that's actually a Reaper site from Necro in the patch a year ago. GG is called.
Yeah, it's over. Game 2. NaVi 2-0 up in his best of 5. 1 game away from qualifying for ESL 1 Genting. It ends a little bit of an anticlimax there, but the first 40 minutes of that game, first 43 minutes of that game even, back and forth, swinging around that Roshan pit.
Every single game, back and forth, back and forth. Who's gonna throw more?
Nobody knows. Nobody knows. Let's have a look at the graph. Look.
It looks like a heartbeat. This is not your normal Dota 2 graph.
I don't know what kind of heartbeats you've seen. I mean, to begin with, it's like beep, 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 and then it's like
Beep, 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 then it's a heart attack.
yeah, it just goes all over the place in the end. Oh, dearie me. Well, it is a best of 5, not a best of 3. So, Empire, they've got some more chances here. 3 more, potentially, to get themselves that qualifier spot. But NaVi 1 game away from qualifying for ESL 1 Genting, the minor in Malaysia. We'll take a short break. Be back in a minute with Game 3 coming up right now.